Justice League 47, Robert Venditti writing with Eddie Barrows on the art. And this is kind of the end of the arc here with the Tartarus, and once again it's an issue of pretty nice looking fight scenes of big spreads, 2-page spreads, a lot of nice art. Not much to the story itself, I would say.
Yeah, I've actually got not a lot to say on this one because it's kind of just more of the same for what this arc especially is. Like, yeah, I mean, it looks fine.
The only notable things to really say is that there's a sort of montage, as it were, of people around the world fighting. My favorite being the little boy and girl, like basically beating the shit out of each other because of the energy.
I'm confused. I meant to ask Bendy on Twitter, see if I could get a response. Who are the Finches in football? Because it was the Finches versus the Hammers, so it's West Ham, obviously. Got that. I'm not familiar with the Finches.
Context for the scene that you're talking about there. One of the other things we see in the montage is people at a bar who are watching a football game fighting. I'll always give the context. You got to give people the context so they understand what you're talking about.
I thought that happens every time you guys watch soccer.
Don't say you guys. I am not a part of that world. How
honestly,
dare you?
This didn't look that extreme. Like,
yeah, right.
It looked that out of line to what I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
It would not be unusual for a visiting team, if they won, to go and visit the local bar of stadium of the home team and start some trouble. I mean, maybe less so now. I don't know. But in my youth, when I was attending football games, this was pretty common.
But see, that's the thing. That's also with Venditti is even I know, and I don't watch that much, is you don't have the nicknames like we do.
Yeah, a lot of
teams. The Finches and the Hammers, it's West Ham United or
so West Ham. Like we've got like the Magpies, which are Newcastle, because Newcastle are like a magpie and
but they're Newcastle FC, right? Like they're not.
If someone's the Magpies, you'd know. Most people would know.
But it's just like Arsenal's nickname is the Gunners, but they're not the Arsenal Gunners. They're just Arsenal FC.
Yes, it's completely like it's a separate nickname.
Yeah, right. So I saw that too, just as a sports thing. As a sports thing, it raised my hackles as well, Connor.
Can I give a shit? All right, moving on to the actual stuff here. Is just like basically a beat, but they all start forgiving each other for whatever they were fighting for, with the Tartarus energy being unleashed, and it basically makes Corrigan realize that he has to let the Spectre, back in.
God, essentially.
Forgive God, yes, for giving him this burden. We see all the people in the montage kind of like make friends again. And yeah, it's basically it. But there's a lot of fighting when they're fighting the giant god of Tartarus, and it includes John comes in with all the Amazons, and all of this stuff looks really good. Honestly, it was a nice, quick visual feast, which is why I'll be fairly lenient on it, even though the story's just kind of ho hum. But it was nice to look at. So
yeah, I like the idea of Tartarus being the god's boogeyman. He's always just been there. It's one of those essential natures. Yeah, just the essential nature of the gods. There's always one. In Norse it's Ymir. So
was that the boogeyman? As a matter of fact, it was. Halloween. Okay. It's called cinema.
Yeah.
All right.
Baba Yaga.
What did you just say?
So the Baba Yaga. That's John Wick. That's also boogeyman.
Don't sully my classic Halloween, the masterpiece that it is.
John Wick is a modern classic.
Thank you.
With an alright recent movie, okay?
Modern classic.
My sister-in-law tried to tell me John Wick sucked. She'd never even seen it, and I have never been that mad at her. We've had some yelling matches. Tell me John Wick sucks. You've never even seen it.
It came up in the context of The Last of Us 2. In a little bit of a review controversy last week, and it was hilarious.
Yeah. Last of Us 2 much better than John Wick. Yes, I agree. So
did you see what this was, Pete?
I did. I don't want to talk about it. I don't care.
All I'll say about Last of Us 2 is my brother was very disappointed because he had built it up in his head. And he's like, "Look, if I'd never played the first one, this game would have been rad." But it just doesn't compare.
3 days, and I'm like, I'll get to it.
But just while I'm on the subject, it's also better than Schindler's List. So,
oh, good lord. All right, move on. I don't need to.
What? Look, I never need to watch that movie again. It's solid. It's a good movie, but
true. I don't need to ever see it again either.
But hey, I like Halloween more than Schindler's List too. No one's going to bite my head off for that. Halloween's a better movie than Schindler's List. I'm talking about the movie, not the person who actually did the thing.
Cool. What's your grades, guys? I'll go first.
You go first.
I'm gonna give this a 7. It's perfectly acceptable.
Connor.
For much the same reason, I'm giving it a 6.
All right. Okay. Dark Knight, also better than Schindler's List. I will give this a solid 7 out of 10. Jurassic Park, Spielberg, the same year, better than Schindler's List.
Sorry, I want to rewind just a second.
Yes.
All the way back to Green Lantern. Did we say Hal Jordan's first appearance was 1961?
I asked that question because of the...
And Matt was like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just because...
1950... It's gonna be 59, isn't it?
It's 59, yeah. It's at the back of it. Sinestro was 61.
See, that makes sense.
Sinestro story.
That's where it comes from.
Well, that correction's great, but on
check.
YouTube they're cut up and this won't be there, so they're going to correct you in the comments anyway.
Yeah, well, they'll learn when they get to this.